Imagine one day you discover that the story of your life, the story you've told yourself, isn't true. Not just the small details, but the moments that shape who you are. What if you are your own unreliable narrator? We like to think our memories are faithful recordings, tiny archives stored in the mind's vault. But memory is not a library, it's a storyteller. And like any storyteller, it edits, embellishes, and sometimes lies. Psychologists call it confabulation, when the brain fills in gaps with invented details, often without you realizing. It's not about deception, it's about keeping the narrative intact. Because the truth is, your mind values a coherent story more than an accurate one. In the 1990s, psychologist Elizabeth Loftus ran experiments showing just how easily memories can be altered. Participants were told stories from their childhood, some true, some fabricated, like being lost in a mall. After repeated suggestion, many swore they could see it, feel it, hear the voice calling their name, a memory of something that never happened, as real to them as any truth. This isn't just a lab trick. Think about eyewitness testimony in court. Often decisive, yet deeply unreliable. The lighting, the stress, the leading questions all twist the memory into something else. But here's the twist: you are not just an unreliable narrator. When telling stories to others, you're an unreliable narrator in the story you tell yourself. That time you stood up for yourself, maybe your mind trimmed away the moments of hesitation. That argument where you were clearly the reasonable one, your memory might have blurred out the parts where you were cruel. And sometimes your mind recasts you as the hero, other times as the tragic victim. Each edit is invisible, but together they shape the version of you believe in. Why would the mind betray itself? Because survival often depends more on a usable truth than the whole truth. A soldier who remembers themselves as braver may have the courage to fight again. A person who softens the memory of a heartbreak might dare to love again. Your brain edits for emotional continuity, not factual accuracy. So here's the unsettling part. If your memories are curated, if the past you carry is a constructed myth, then who are you, really? The sum of your experiences, or the sum of your stories about those experiences? And if those stories can be rewritten without your permission, how much of you is real at all? Maybe we are all unreliable narrators, writing and rewriting ourselves every day. So if your life is a story and you can always trust the author, how will you decide which version of you to believe?